Imagine this: a single karambit case, hardened blue gem, a knife that doesn't exist in the real world, selling for the price of a car, sometimes even the price of a house. It's just a digital item, a file, a texture. So, why do people pay that much for pixels? To understand this world, we need to look beyond "it's just a skin." CS2 skins exist inside a deliberately engineered digital ecosystem. Valve doesn't simply create endless copies of these items. Every skin enters the economy through limited drops or cases, and once it's out there, it's out there. No reprints, no reissues, no Season 2 version. And then comes the magic: float values and patterns. Two skins with the same name can look completely different, barely worn, heavily scratched, or featuring a pattern so unique that it becomes legendary. In that moment, pixels stop being pixels. They become digital collectibles, and scarcity becomes real. Some players saw this trend long before anyone else. They recognized that digital scarcity could behave like physical scarcity. They understood that rarity, aesthetics, and demand could interact like a financial instrument. They weren't buying skins, they were buying assets. And over time, that mindset spread, slowly transforming the entire CS economy into a living, breathing market. But psychology plays an even bigger role than rarity. When the first high-tier skins sold for absurd prices, those numbers didn't just make headlines, they created an anchor, a mental benchmark. Once you hear that a skin sold for $20,000 or $100,000, everything else gets reframed. A $300 skin, suddenly that feels cheap. A $1,000 skin, that becomes reasonable. This anchoring effect shapes what players perceive as valuable, even if the value is entirely constructed by demand. Then there's the emotional side of ownership. When someone invests money, real money, into a skin, they aren't just buying pixels. They're buying a piece of identity, status, and potential future profit. So when the market dips, people don't sell, they hold. They convince themselves it'll bounce back. It always does. I don't want to be the guy who sells right before the spike. This fear of losing future gains, loss aversion, keeps items off the market and adds even more pressure to prices. Holders become long-term investors, sometimes without even realizing it. But the most powerful force in the skin market? The herd. When a popular streamer showcases a certain skin, its price skyrockets. When traders start whispering about an upcoming boom, people rush in, sometimes without even understanding why. Buyouts, hype waves, panic sells. The skin market can move faster than traditional markets because it's driven not just by money, but by emotion, excitement, and community energy. Bubbles form, bubbles burst, then new ones appear. It's a cycle as old as markets themselves, just happening in a world made entirely of pixels. So why do people pay thousands for a blue gem? Why do players treat digital knives like luxury artifacts? Why do pixels suddenly become assets, investments, status symbols? Because in this digital world, value is created by scarcity, fueled by psychology, amplified by community, and locked in by emotion. Welcome to the digital gold rush, where pixels shine brighter than metal, where rarity becomes obsession, where markets are alive, chaotic, unpredictable, and where, for many people, those tiny little pixels are nothing less than gold, gold, gold.